Video time. Okay. It's late, but I think I can reduce this down into a biface. It shouldn't take me too long. This is a piece of Amoeba shirt. One of the last big pieces I have, or maybe the last, from Sal's box that he sent me. Okay, so let's see. I was gonna nap this on video to finish this out, but it's got so many issues in it that I think it's better if I just do this off camera. Yeah, and then I'll have probably better success. Alright, let's get out the tools. Start off with the copper bopper. People have been asking me, what are the good weights? I think 6 and 9 ounce are the two basic ones that I use. Okay, 6 ounce and 9 ounce. There are other ones. It's a 14 ounce that I use sometimes when I need something, extra heavy. That in this case I damaged quite a bit. But yeah, these are the two primaries. Let's try the 9 ounce. How long is this? So I can see how badly I mess up. 7.5. Yeah, I usually lose at least a ½ inch off of the total length. So if you don't like seeing any loss of length, fair warning, you've been warned. Yep. Oh, and the neighbor's dog is being a psycho. I don't know what he's barking at. So if you hear that in the background, it's a neighbor's dog up on the second floor. Yeah. Maybe that's why he's upset. He's not down at ground level. Okay. So I've got to zigzag this because there's no other way to get to this. It's all rounded. I mean, no easy way. I can probably find a spot where I can hit it over and over again until I break something. But that's not a good way to do it. Maybe it'd be better off if I did. I don't know. It's not working out too well. It's too rounded. Excuse me. Let me see. I'm a little bit stumped. Let's try this. Yeah. Let's just see where that goes. Oh yeah, I tried to. I posted some stuff today on the posts option because I got nothing better to do. No. I'm so busy. But I did post a couple posts. Yeah. The 12 rules of napping. And what skill is most like napping? Oops. I could have put gambling, but I don't know if gambling is a skill. I suppose it is. Sometimes I feel like gambling is one of those things. It's a lot like Flintknapping. But so far, people are saying that repair and renovation is most like napping. So I've got yoga, where it's nice and peaceful and very methodical, well thought out, very cerebral, relaxing, kind of, sort of, with some little bit of effort. I don't know. No one chose that one, of course. And then there's fighting, and then repair and renovation, and then speeding down a mountain trail in a homemade cart. Yeah. The opposite of yoga. So yeah, everyone's picking repair and renovation. Which makes sense, because that's what it feels like a lot of times. So now I gotta fix my mess ups. Yeah. Did I mess up on this? Not yet. But I'm gonna be messing up the length here in a minute. On purpose. Hate to do it. Let's see. Yay. And it's a good Arrowhead spall. Yeah. The 12 rules for napping. I don't know if I should have called them rules. Or because it doesn't tell you to do stuff. It's like facts or maybe wisdom. I don't know. I've been thinking about just general things that are good to know about napping. And it helps you recognize the stuff that's not good information out there. Yeah. That I've learned some things over the years, so I put those in the 12 rules. Like, you can use different tools to make exactly the same flakes. Some nappers will tell you, nope, each tool makes a distinctive type of flake. No. So you can kind of use the rules to guide you a little bit. So who am I to know those rules? Those are just the ones that I think are important. I'm nobody. Yeah. So you should not take my word for it or anybody else's word for it. Yeah. If you don't take my word for it, that's a good thing. If I ever get to the position where you just take my word for it, then I'm too big for my britches in that case, so to speak. I don't want to be in that position because you won't test things out for yourself. If you don't have time, I can see. Yeah, maybe you'll take my word for it if you don't have time or the resources to experiment on your own, but don't take my word for it. Yeah. So what's the length now? 6.5. So I lost, what was it before? 7 and a little bit over 7? I don't even remember. It got cold really fast. Yeah. It was a really nice day today. It was a perfect day. And then as soon as the sun went down, it started to get chilly. Yeah. So now I'm cold. Now the sun is not on me. I was out doing a little bit of yard work, running a couple errands. There was a little, I thought it was a little tree growing out from one of my trees. There was like a fork in one of my trees where dirt and stuff collects, and there was something growing out. I said, oh, isn't that cute? It's a little branch coming out. And then I used my plant ID on it. It was like a vine. Some kind of invasive species vine, of all things, growing out from the tree. I said, uh-oh. Let's dig that out and see what's in that mess that it obviously had, it had some roots to it. I had to really yank it out with a lot of force, and it had roots that were embedded in there. I said, dang, that must be a deep pit in the fork of that tree. So I started to dig it out. Sure enough, looks like there's about 2 years worth of dirt in there. So now I got to figure out, how do I fix that so nothing else grows in there? Well, I had a tree like that, a pecan tree at my old place. And what I did is I dug out all the dirt, all the debris, all the leaves, and everything that got stuck down in there. And then washed it out with a hose the best I could, until I didn't see any muck coming out of there. And then I poured pine tar down in the hole. This was a pecan tree, yeah. I poured pine tar down in the hole. It was a branch that had come out and then broke off and got rotted out, and that it left a hole in my pecan tree. Anyway, I did that and then kept checking on it, make sure no debris was starting to get back in there. And in 2 years, it sealed up. Totally sealed that hole. The bark grew right around it. So I probably trapped all that pine tar inside, but I don't think it'll harm the tree, as far as I know. And the tree's been doing good ever since, that pecan tree. So I'm going to do that same thing. But the tree I have here out in the front that has that forked trunk is a cherry tree, or a choke cherry, or something. Some kind of cherry. Yeah. It's very old and very tall. So I want to preserve it. I had it trimmed because a lot of the limbs had died. I got worried about it. So I'm checking on it. So let's see. This is actually nice stuff. It's too bad I got a bunch of crud flakes because everyone wants me to maximize it for the Biface. So I'm just left with little crud flakes. Instead of spalls for arrowheads, I'm left with flakes. I gotta try to do something with them. Little bitty ones. Oh yeah, it reminds me, I'm gonna make some guitar picks. Yes, I looked up the dimensions. The guitar picks are actually really thin. They're real ones. So I'm gonna take some of these really thin flakes, see if I can. Yes, I mean it's gotta be like that thin to match a real guitar pick. But there comes a point where it's so thin you can break them with your fingers. I don't want to go that thin. Anyway, I gotta dull the edges all the way around and stuff. But it shouldn't be too hard to make guitar picks out of this stuff. As long as they're nice flat flakes. Yeah. Just trim around the edges. Get some nice patterns if I can. If I can capture a nice pattern. That'd be ideal. These I can make into arrowheads, these big old ones. This is kind of big, but this is the kind of stuff that I'll make a guitar pick from. Yeah. Anyways, so I'll be working on that. In addition to all the other stuff I got on my backorder list. Yeah. Okay, so should I quit? I'll just go to 30 minutes and then quit. Yeah. It's got some nice cortex around the edges here. But I'm probably going to lose all that What should I make? I don't know. A leaf-shaped blade, yeah. That's the least stressful option for me. And seems to be the most versatile option for the auction. If and when you buy a leaf-shaped blade, you can do lots of different things, especially if it's already sharpened. All right, let's see what we can do with the indirect percussion. Everybody should know what indirect percussion is by now. So getting back to the posts, I'll be doing more posts. Yeah. I added a couple more things to my store. My Teespring store. What else did I do? I don't remember. Oh yeah. Jumpy the skunk is out in front right now. But he comes out early now. I guess to beat the crowd, because I've got like 4 other skunks that regularly come to the front door, just chow down on the cat food. Of course, I put a little bit of extra cat food out there for them so I can watch them when they come around. I like watching them, see what they do. Anyways, Jumpy was out there early. I said, dang it, you surprised me, dude. What are you doing out here? I'm eating the cat food, dude. Take a picture, don't stare. Okay. So I did not take a picture. I just kept staring. I said, man, you ate that kind of fast. Yeah. Jumpy kind of jumps a little when I speak. Of course, I'm only standing about 4 or 5 feet away. Am I afraid to get sprayed? Yeah, a little bit. But as long as I don't do any sudden moves. The tail doesn't even go up. There was one last night where I'm going to call that one spot. He's got he or she's got a spot on its back right before the stripe in the middle, and it makes it look like an exclamation point. But instead of calling that one exclamation point, I just call them one spot. I'm trying to figure out all the patterns. There's 2 of them that look almost identical, so I can't tell them apart. Except I think one is more mangy than the other. Yeah, there's some skunks that have mange that come around. They're homeless. They look like homeless little cretins. But anyway, all the fur is recovering. They must have had a hard winter. No food this winter. Or they didn't get fat enough before they, kind of settled into their little dens for the winter. They come out during the winter, yeah, but I wasn't putting out as much food as I do now. It's mainly for the cats, yeah, but I'll watch the skunks when they come around. Anyways, trying to figure out their patterns or memorize the patterns of coloration and give them nicknames according to their patterns or their behaviors. There was one last year that was really feisty, and you could hear that one would fight with everybody. You can hear the other one squeal. They actually squeak when they're fighting, or they're growling, or they're squeaking when they're fighting. The growling is usually the one that's winning. The squeaking is the one that's losing. And they'll bite each other and stuff. Anyway, there was one last year that very feisty, biting everything, biting everybody. But I don't know if I've seen them come around this year. I can't remember the pattern. Anyways. There's a ton of birds that come down up to the feeder as well. I've got a feeder right outside the front door as well that I got a position so I can just sit down at my dining room table and watch the feeder. There's a ton of birds that come out. Now that I've got the feeder out, it's been there all winter, so and all spring. So now they know my house. All these birds, and then there was a woodpecker that was dangling from the feeder, and I go, what the heck is that? Big old woodpecker dangling from the feeder, picking at it, trying to get something out of there. It seems like they all have their little favorite seeds. I got wild mix for the wild birds or whatever. They seem to like it. So I got a lot of birds, and I don't even keep track of what they are. My mother-in-law had a book on birds that she had on a windowsill in the bathroom, but she used to have the feeder out back. I stuck it out front, and she had the book there, but I put the book away. But it's okay. I'm not that interested in birds. I'd rather watch the mammals, the possums and the skunks, and once in a while a fox will come by. I watch the squirrels, although the squirrels are all spazzes. The ones we have around here are constantly at war with each other. Yeah. I suppose that's true of all of them, but so dang, these guys are aggressive. They don't stop. Once they get going, they chase each other for long periods of time. I go out in my shop, right? I see them chasing each other. All right. I make a few arrowheads. I go inside. They're still chasing each other. Dang, you guys have been at it for like 2 hours. Yeah. I can't tell if it's the same two or what, but it's like a little battle zone back here. I don't know what's so great about this area that they want to fight over it. Must be something good that they like. I have not seen them fight over the bird feeder yet, but I have seen one that can get up on the bird feeder. I don't know. He's got better grips than the other one. He climbs that thin steel pole. The feeder is on a hooked pole, like a, I don't know, Mary Had a Little Lamb type of shape to it. Sheep herder staff. I got my feeder hanging from something that looks like a sheep herder staff. Yeah, squirrel gets up on there somehow. I watched him today. Yeah. He climbs a pole. And then he grabs onto the top of the feeder. The roof of the feeder has the wire it's hanging from. He grabs onto the wire with his back feet after jumping on the roof of the feeder and waiting for it to stop swiveling and moving. He'll sit on top of the feeder and wait until it slows down, and then he'll grab the wire up on top with his back legs and then dangle over the side and start going to town on the seeds and stuff. Yeah. Making a big mess. He made a big mess today. They know that to shake and disturb the feeder by shaking it throws all the seeds out because there's sunflower seeds in there. And then after he's done shaking it, he'll go down on the ground and start eating the sunflower seeds. And the corn. There's cracked corn in the mix. Yeah. So instead of napping, I was watching the animals today. It was just such a nice day, so I just said, we'll just enjoy it. Yeah. I don't have names for the squirrels because I cannot tell them apart, except when they have damage on their tails or something. But this year, they're all in good shape. They don't have any damage. Last year, there were two of them that had damaged tails. So if I recognize what they look like, maybe I'll call them like Spaz 1 and Spaz 2. I don't know what else to call them. They're such little spazzes. It's the only thing I can think of. Oh yeah, street pigeon came around the other day, and my front yard squirrel was chasing the street pigeon around. Yeah, that little spaz was not letting that pigeon rest at all. Yeah, the pigeon finally gave up. Took off. Okay, come on. This last nitty gritty. This last vital final shaping. I think flint knapping is a lot like fighting, because you have to develop avenues of attack, and then you've got to strike with just the right amount of force. Sometimes a little bit of overkill, just to make sure. But you know, if you leave yourself out in the open for bad things to happen, the fight will get you. I mean, the rocks will get you. Like, I don't know what happened there. There was something weird. A lot of crackly stuff in that area. It snaps really, really well. But it'll accentuate mistakes. Yeah. I don't make mistakes. I'm just napping cruddy on purpose so you can see. Yep. That's on purpose. Everything's controlled. Okay, so yeah. Let me get this off. So there's a step fracture there. I'm going to take that out. And then hopefully it won't be too curved. You know, I hit and pray that it won't be too curved. And it'll reach. Yeah, like that. I can't ask for any better than that. It's just a very thin flake. It took out that lump without scooping it, and it did hit the back side of that step fracture. The results are great. I mean, the results feel great. Yeah, sometimes the results are not great, but when they are, it feels great. Yeah. It's a relief. I like looking at stone that's been napped. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe because it's amazing. I think it's amazing. I don't even know how I do this. To be honest with you, I don't know how I managed to do it. It's just all muscle memory. That's what it feels like. And the more I focus on certain aspects and try to do it better, the more amazed I am at, yeah, it pays off to focus on certain things. And your mind actually learns to adapt to it. The brain says, no, I don't really want to do it. I don't want to do it. Not really. And the other part of your brain goes, yes, you do, because you want to get better. Yeah, but does it have to be such a pain in the neck? Yes. Alrighty, fine. As long as the results are good. Don't worry. If you do it over and over again, you'll probably get different results. Yeah. Keep doing it. Over and over and over. And expect a different result. But make sure you're paying attention. You can't just do it over and over and not pay attention. Yeah. But you don't really know why it does the successful thing. You pay attention so that you can get the feel for it. Yeah. if I had to think about that angle a lot, I don't know, I probably wouldn't do the knapping. I just know what feels like it would work. Yeah. And it's amazing. Yeah. And as long as I can live with what I get and make doo-doo, you know, tolerate making doo-doo with what I got. Just tolerate it, because it's not perfect. If I can just tolerate it, yeah, it'll be good. I've learned to tolerate the imperfections. Sometimes they bug me though. Like that. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to do it. $36 Yeah. I think that's good enough. I can refine the rest with a smaller indirect percussion tool. And then the pressure flaker. And then it'll be nice for the auction. Yeah, about 6 inches. Perfect. I got some things I need to fix. Yeah, I'll just do that later. I don't want to hit that again right now. I'll wait till tomorrow. That is bugging me though. Let's see. Just clean it up a little bit. That was bugging me a little bit too. But it gets me into trouble if I try to do too much. Try to do too much. Yes. It didn't do it. It crunched it. See that? It crunched it. This part near the cortex is just a bunch of Captain Crunch. Okay. Is it going to do it or is it going to snap the tip off? There. Better. Even though I still got that crunchy, I'm going to take the crunchy out later. Yeah. I just didn't want that step fracture in there. That looks like a crack, but it's not. It's just a stupid area. Yeah, it's a stupid area. See that? I don't know what's up right there. So I'll deal with that tomorrow. It's going to get more narrow, but that's okay. I got to get it thinner anyway. I'm not satisfied with that thinness yet. But yeah. There's inconsistencies in the areas, and there's also, for some reason, compounding issues. If I try to fix it, if I try to think about it too much, I end up with that. Because I didn't want a long flake, so I just set it up for a nice, easy little flake. But no, it didn't do it. I can't resist just tapping on it. All right. I'll take care of that later. I should have not touched it. This funny. I have muscle memory for removing flakes, but I don't have muscle memory for stop messing with it. Yeah. My brain probably says stop messing with it, but I say no, I don't want to. I don't want to stop messing with it. But yeah, I'm gonna stop. I have to stop. If I don't, it's getting late. If I don't stop messing with it, I will regret. I will have regret, and then my whole journey will not have a successful and peaceful ending. Yeah. And my day will feel wasted because I didn't enjoy the journey. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Yeah, we'll just take a snapshot like that. Alrighty, there you go. That's it.